All right. Oh, it's working. Oh, God. Hold on, I gotta reset my microphone because that's delayed by like a long time. Something weird happened. I mean, I think there's less popping now. But certain things get put on a delay. Mic's working. Just need to unplug the audio and plug it back in again. I guess that's what happens if you stream for 24 hours or something. I have no idea. How's that look? Fine. You know what it is I think it's a buffer to the audio. Let me check right here. So if I pull it up, it's got whatever, safe mode, latency, buffer size, all that. It could be just over time the buffer size and safe mode together make it so, you know, it gets delayed. That's my guess. But I don't know, I'm not an audio engineer. But I am happy to be here. A lot of wins for the United States lately outside of the fact that we might get hit with a major nuclear war. Biden legalized marijuana. I'm not huge into the marijuana, but I'm happy it's legalized. I don't see how it's any worse for you than alcohol. Really? Alcohol, I feel like it's a little bit easier to target how drunk you're gonna get. I feel like with marijuana, you're just like, let's find out where we're going tonight. So it is on a nationwide scale been decriminalized, and anyone who went to jail for a marijuana possession related charge has been pardoned. Well, I'm gonna take my sweatshirt off. I'm like hot. Oh. Ah. So, and then he also said to all state governors that he would like for them to decriminalize it on a state and county level as well. I'll pull up the news so we can take a look at it. You can just fix the highways. I mean, if they legalize it in states and they tax it, I mean, in theory, that could be a pretty decent amount of additional tax revenue. I'm not sure if that's how. The issue with highways is not tax revenue. The issue with highways is people grifting. Orders review of federal pot laws. Pardon thousands of individuals convicted of possessing marijuana, saying the current system makes no sense and sends pot stocks soaring on the news. Wow. I don't know if I own any pot stocks individually, but I might have some in an index. Federal offenders of simple marijuana possession will be out. I mean, so if you were like cultivating it and selling it, you might be in jail for a little while longer. Nobody is in federal for possession of marijuana charges. You might be held locally. You might be in a state prison. And this might help get you out in the state prison. It would be very funny, though, if he's like, I pardon everyone, and he pardoned literally nobody. I mean, even still, I mean, what this does mean is that, say you lived in Massachusetts and you had marijuana, and you were flying to California, you could bring your marijuana with you. Massachusetts is definitely not in shambles. I mean, I don't think they really care. It's still going to take a long time for individual states to get their stuff together. You know, like my state, Connecticut, it was legalized a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that, and you still can't get it. I think it's gonna be like another year before, it's either this summer or next summer, you'll be able to grow up to 3 plants. But it's still, I believe, illegal to buy and sell it. Just stupid. Oh my god, did I move the stream elements around? Oops. But I mean, effective immediately, if you were caught guilty of having possession of marijuana, you are pardoned and you no longer have to worry about that. There's no federal agents that's gonna arrest somebody for possessing marijuana right now, is basically what it means. And it does mean if that on the state level, if they have like decriminalized marijuana, you're probably pretty safe to have it. ZMTL, hello? I mean, here's the thing. You can still criminalize marijuana on a state or county level. You know, I mean, there are places in this country where it's like illegal to make alcohol still, I think. Like, what are the laws? You can't buy and sell alcohol in like Salt Lake City, right? There's certain dry counties. So, yeah, I don't really know how that works. I don't know if people get arrested. Probably not. Salt Cape City? They've got good internet. They got that Google Fiber going on, so I mean, I'm good for them, I guess. It's gonna be nice for Uber drivers who might inadvertently taxi marijuana carriers. Oh, I mean, I don't know how often Uber drivers got busted for driving somebody who had marijuana on them. If they did, that's pretty crap. But yeah, I mean, it would be. Moonshining is illegal in most places. The only thing that they would criminalize is probably unregulated alcohol distillers selling their alcohol without like a food permit or alcohol permit or whatever. Can't buy alcohol on Sundays here. Just recently was able to buy it outside a liquor store a few years ago. I mean, my state had alcohol sales illegal on Sunday for a long time. It was a long time before you were able to buy alcohol on a Sunday, or even in grocery stores. Even now, when I see alcohol in a grocery store, I'm like, wow, that's weird. Sell that here? And you sell it on a Sunday sometimes too? Some states are very backwards. I'm sure there's certain people watching from Europe are like, what are you talking about? The only thing I'll say about European countries and alcohol is while it's readily available to you in Finland, they tax the hell out of it. It is so expensive in Finland. Like, if I were a major alcoholic, which I am, and I drank a lot of alcohol, which I'm not, but I did, I would have to like make my own alcohol in Finland. It's like €3 for like a decent sized can. It's too much. Like, yeah, like you can enjoy it as a treat, but like you're not gonna get loaded. It was actually, the alcohol was the cheapest in the Walgreens, from what I remember. Make alcohol on stream? I've made it before. I followed the instructions so well that amongst me and my friends that were making it, I had the highest proof beer out of everyone. It was actually like, it was too strong. It was like 7 to 8%, maybe like 9% category. Like we were approaching like wine levels of alcohol in the beer that I made. But I mean, I was just following all the instructions to a T. You know? I mean, it's legal for you to brew and make your own alcohol. I think the only time you get in trouble is when you start selling it to people. I mean, yeah, I mean, me and Lily were trying to play Game of Thrones while drinking it, and like 45 minutes in, we're like, oh, I'm drunk. I can't really function well anymore. I am too drunk to be playing board games right now. Oh well, I guess I'll go lay down for a little while. I called it SBD. Some people might think of it silent but deadly. I called it silent but drunk, because it didn't taste like super powerful. It tasted just like homebrewed beer. You know, it had a little bit of that green flavor to it. I think that's what they call it. You know, when you home brew a beer, like it's not going to be better than what like traditional distilleries make. Absolutely not. But it was definitely a lot more powerful. You know, I made it around the time when IPAs were super popular and like my buddies were throwing in a ton of hops in theirs. I'm not a huge fan of it. Like I would enjoy an IPA, like I would enjoy a single IPA, super cold, like with food or something. But the people that were just like pounding IPAs all the time, like, what are you doing, man? You're just like, you know, sucking on a rock or something, sucking something bitter. I'm powerful, I'm okay. You can get alcohol delivered from 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Convenient. Not bad. It's not terrible. I don't know if that's helpful for anyone. Yeah, like a loaf of rye bread or something. You know, I don't know a better comparison. I just didn't. Like I said, I'll have a single glass. I don't really drink beer at all anymore. Like I like beer. Like beer is probably my favorite, but it just makes you fat. You got to make that decision. Like, do I want to be fat and enjoy beer? Or do I want to like try and not be fat and not drink beer? That's pretty much it. Get to a certain age. Speaking of drinking beer, Lyndon in Japanese class, I think he's really annoying the teacher. He keeps coming in late, not responding to emails. He's not doing his homework. Not good. Gotta stay on top of that stuff. Because like, it's serious business. Like it's in college in general. Professors don't really super care. In a small class, they might take attendance. But like I am actually kind of ratting them out to you guys. That's a little bit like ratting them out to the team. But normally they don't care. But in this class, you know, Japanese teacher, I mean, they take their school pretty seriously, you know? You've got a certain, you use the polite form when you talk to your teacher. When you hand in a test, the proper way to hand in a test, obviously you use both hands, but you're supposed to say, "Onegaishimasu," which means literally, please take and grade my test. Like, sucking ass is built in. They teach you to be impolite yet. We know the dictionary form, which is like the casual form, and then we're simultaneously learning the proper polite form. But we have not learned like the super casual form. I don't know what that is, other than just using the dictionary form. I don't really know. You probably just drop particles. It's probably what it is. That's what I mean, colloquially, like if you're saying goodbye, like if, you know, say we're buddies, we're leaving school together, you know, you might say, "Ja matane." And that's just like, later, sometime later, we'll see each other. But, you know, with with a teacher, you wouldn't say it. It's too casual. I don't know if you could say like, I don't even know if that's technically a verb. Jarimasu? Sayonara mata nemasu? Maybe? How do you say later, nerd? I don't know, nerd. If you just added a lot of masses, it's probably polite. That's how you make something's polite. Or if it's negative, you say masen. That's what we're learning now. And I had a whole rant about the Japanese language yesterday. And not even the whole Japanese language, just... Do I still have it on paint here? This word here. This is the word for to go home. It's ka-e-ru. And when you learn how to make things polite, you learn that if you got a ru at the end, if it's preceded by an a, or like that's an e there, an e or an e, There's an Eru, which is I think called Gochidon verbs, and you just drop the Ru. So that would be Kai-mas. For some reason, this one doesn't follow the rules, and it's Kairi-mas. You change the final Ru, which you would normally drop. Nobody's given me a good explanation on this word. I've not been satisfied. The closest I've gotten is somebody said in the kanji. You can tell by looking at the kanji. I need order. I need to have a proper logic flow to create rules and schemas in my brain so that I can follow it. And when it's not there, like in class today, I think I said out loud, like, it is my sleep paralysis demon. And I heard Lyndon go like, what the fuck? No, but here's the thing. There are irregular verbs. And if I was told Kairu was an irregular verb, I wouldn't think about it. But it's not listed as an irregular verb. And when I really asked my professor, she said it's not an irregular, but you can think of it as an exception. But an exception is not irregular. So what is it? I want to know the rule. You know, buy one of the young child hats and wear it to school. Like the one of those spinny hats. Like, oh, like this? I think I know what you're talking about. Hold on, hold on. Like that? Except yellow? Jason, hello. The little strap under my head. I mean, it's about to be winter, so there's not going to be like a lot of sun out. Maybe in the spring semester. I like this picture. Hold on. This, but Photoshop Moldy onto it. Where is he? Like that, right? But yellow. Yeah, all right. Gasparo, hello.
Just resubscribed for 16 months.
That's pretty much it. So we're gonna play video games today. We're gonna get into the video games imminently. I would really like to finish the Cell Saga and get to the intermission. I'm not streaming tomorrow. My mother's visiting. I'm gonna hang out with my mother. I should be back on Monday. And it should be a bit of a longer stream, assuming everything goes to plan. But when I'm gone, I'm gonna have the game on my Steam Deck, and at night, I might be grinding out in the intermission, finishing all the side quests and stuff. That's my plan. Let's get Shala kicking up. It's not grinding, but it's the sort of stuff I don't think people love seeing on stream. Some people do. The real sickos do. The sickos that are like, no off-screen grinding. Show everything, read every dialogue box out loud. Oh, you're absolutely going to get reruns. I think I'll keep the 3U rerun going. There's actually still 7 hours left, even though I just beat Abyssal.